Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the news. First, a look at the headlines. Meghalaya government announces plan to develop scientific landfills in major towns to strengthen waste management. Deputy Chief Minister MEGHALAYA Dhar announces that government will soon relocate street vendors occupying footpaths in Laitumkra. Meghalaya achieved a major milestone by moving up 2 grades in Performance Grading Index PGI, says Education Minister Lakshman Rimboy. Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan reviews possible impact of El Nino. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits UNESCO-listed Prambanan Temple with President of Indonesia, Prabowo. First, let's take a look at the local news. The Meghalaya government has announced plans to develop scientific landfills in major towns to strengthen waste management. Deputy Chief Minister MEGHALAYA Dhar said on Wednesday. Dhar informed that while the government is ready to proceed with the proposed Nonghali landfill, the project remains stalled due to the court case filed by a local resident. Meanwhile, work has already begun on a rupees 5.8 crore scientific landfill at Nongpo, and 2 to 3 sites have been identified in Jawai for similar facilities. He further stated that over 2 lakh tons of legacy waste at the Marten landfill in Maulai have been recycled, with the site now almost cleared.
Actually, we are ready to take a final call on that, and very unfortunate, it seems there's one of the village residents who moved to court. So that is slightly issue in line with the court. That's why we got stock for landfill Nonghali. So therefore, let us wait for that. And pertaining to the other part of the state, we are very aggressive to have a landfill actually in every headquarter of the states. And I'm happy to inform you for Nongpo landfill, we already sanctioned 5 crore 80 lakh or something, and the work is under progress now. And we are moving towards like Nongstoy, William Nagar, Tura, and Clarion also. I already installed my officer to work accordingly. It's better at the right time to have a landfill in every town and cities of the respective places.
Deputy Chief Minister MEGHALAYA Dhar on Wednesday said the Meghalaya government is committed to protecting Christians and will stand by its people whenever they face challenges. His remarks followed Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma leading a delegation of religious leaders to meet Union Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi, raising concerns over proposed amendments to the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act (FCRA). Dhar assured that the state will continue to press the centre to consider Meghalaya's concern.
We as government, especially in the leadership of Sakar Kesama, we always want to protect our Christianity from the state of Meghalaya, especially and in the country as a whole. And you have seen that even throughout the countries, if any issues faced by the Christian people, they always face our chief minister. So we are very proud to say that. And obviously, especially from the legislature of Meghalaya, especially under the leadership of Sakar Kesama, we are always there to protect our own people, especially when they face this type of issues in the churches or all the Christian people of the state.
Deputy Chief Minister MEGHALAYA Dhar on Wednesday announced that the Meghalaya government will soon relocate street vendors occupying footpaths in Laitumkra as part of its efforts to improve pedestrian movement and regulate roadside vending. Dhar said surveys are underway to assess the number of vendors operating at Motpran and GS Road before initiating their relocation to designated vending zones. He explained that the process will be carried out in a phased manner, ensuring vendors are shifted to suitable spaces where they can continue their businesses without obstructing public areas.
Even the process is on, and we are yet to finalize, maybe in a matter of few weeks, for the Laitumkra portions. And for the other part of the city, so we are on the process of identification.
GS Road?
Yes, obviously, yes. Not from GS Road, we are almost identified. So we are yet to get the exact number, how many we have to move. And so therefore be able to know what type of place can accommodate them at the right place. We cannot see once at all. So slowly we'll be carrying all the crowded place.
Education Minister Lakman Rimboy announced that Meghalaya has achieved a major milestone by moving up 2 grades in the Government of India's Performance Grading Index PGI 2.0 for 2025-26. The state improved its score from 448 to 5.7, raising from Akankshi 3 to Akankshi 1. This marks the first time that Meghalaya has moved out of the lowest grade since the PGI framework was introduced. Rimboy credited the achievement to reforms such as structured pay framework for teachers, school rationalization, CM impact, infrastructure upgrades, enhanced teacher training, digital governance, and focused effort to improve learning outcomes.
So, Meghalaya is the first improving state in the country under the PGI framework because of the overall increase in the last 4 years. It is 124.09 point, a growth of 31%. The purpose is to determine ourselves where we stand so that we will able to improve every year. So that's why in the last 8 years, we have seen the improvement in score. Education is a journey, it's a life journey, and we will work together. We'll try to improve. And we are very happy under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister that whatever we from education department, whatever I ask, he will always agree. Because we from the day one, we make a point that education is our top priority.
The second day of the Bedingklam festival, known as Kamulong, was celebrated with grandeur as the Knong Blai of Kongride and Sik Dengklam from Kamairide were ceremoniously brought to Yao Musyang in a vibrant procession, accompanied by the rhythmic beats of Ki Boom Ki Buri. The Nyamthre community actively participated with localities from Kongride, Chiliangride and 6 from Kamairide joining the festivities. The morning began with the sacred ritual Kanya's Aim Aitngar performed in the presence of traditional leaders including the Dolois, Pator, Langdo, Sangot and Wasan. Following the ritual, the Kamairide gathered at Minkroi Perdi, Lom and Perdi Longpia before dispersing to collect Dengklam and Krongblai for their respective localities.
Ane kasi mulong kasi ko ar nagisoski leyaw yung katayaw Bedingklam yung garas right joy. Ewa stang ini step da ko yulum lang yung kikur kinjing hayung blai yung doloy el ka joy ko panman ye ko sukechor nei benta wo mi di kenya o ebhet ebhar ya kasem aina kajing ebhet ebhar kasem aina to kajing pengkentang ya ka oman go ko ko khoi ko kentang ko ko embor wanado ne kasi daman go kathau go hap sajer mho penem kam kulumar ni tba kulumar karado poi kasngi yong jim kot yong kaniam Bedingklam.
The Seng Rai Shillong has nearly completed preparations for the annual Bedingklam festival with members of the Nyamthre community across the Hima Milem area actively engaging in traditional rituals and community activities. General Secretary Chiankapar Pirbot informed that the preparation of the traditional rot has been carried out every evening through collective efforts of women, children, youth and children. He emphasized that Bedingklam is a festival of unity, encouraging participations from all followers of the Nyamthre. Inviting the public to join, Pirbot urged everyone to celebrate it in a spirit of unity, mutual respect and appreciation for Meghalaya's indigenous culture, expressing hope for a peaceful and successful festival.
man ham to thak khuyang from klai ho we chamber kongja
Te ka jing pakre ka jongi ka long ka jing china jongi ni ki rot le ni ki taput kala long kala ya man ka chen mit ngila ya kendu hangi ngila ya stangisna ha ka ba ye simentam de tang kirang ba ndai ki long kbe ki samna ki senda ki khna ru ge sna but ki bila ban saki ki ni baro ki dang hado ki sentiu hado ki ni ki rong baro ki de ki jingisna ya trai lang namar ka beding klam hi ka de ka beding klam kamne ka beding klam ka de ka niam ka chido shiying system ka de ka beding klam ka de ka niam yong lang le ni ka de simbenta le ni kumang yong da phareng ka community festival.
The Jaintia Coal Owners, Miners, Suppliers and Workers Association, JCOMSWA, has reiterated its demand for the government to allow coal mining in East Jaintia Hills, with Information Secretary Overcome Dakar stating that the association has not softened its stance since the President Marshal SB Biam began an indefinite hunger strike. Dakar said the association has held multiple meetings with government on June 23rd, June 29th and July 3rd, but none yielded results. He warned that if no solution is reached, JCOMSWA will launch a larger agitation. Accusing high-level figures of backing select operators, Dakar said small coal businessmen face harassment when they attempt to operate.
Kekam jong pajba ka jing de do yo tengah ko ban yetu yepi banado ka singi ba shangthai nado ka singi ba sha thangan president bahado mentangi dang ya sha chi sha ban ya trei yagni kekam ti do yong ban priyo ya ka hok jong pajba uri uria tingi ku ku jikom shwa ngi yeng be hakamat ka sarkar ban dawa ya ka hok ban pli no ya do yong kum ba ju pli menchwa om tang ye ki het saipan ki ban yo ban trei tang kato katne Ladaka sarkar kam sengap ban pli yau dewyong min sasim daga sengjam kawat teng teng.
Let's now move on to the regional stories. A solemn wreath-laying ceremony was held today at Bir Tikandrajit Imphal International Airport to honour the Assam Rifles Jawans who were martyred in the recent Ukhrul ambush. Senior officials, security personnel and members of the public paid their respects, marking a poignant tribute to the soldiers who lost their lives in the line of duty. Residents of Majuli, Assam have undertaken erosion control measures along the banks of the Brahmaputra River as the island continues to face threats from riverbank erosion. Local resident Abani Kumar Pegu said community members are working together to protect vulnerable stretches, highlighting the urgency of safeguarding homes and livelihoods in the world's largest river island.
अभी तो इधर सारिगोरिया गांव और मोहसुर गांव के बीच में इधर इरोशन हो रहा है। हम लोग बहुत दिन पहले से डिपार्टमेंट को, वाटर रिसोर्स डिपार्टमेंट और ब्रह्मपुत्र बोर्ड डिपार्टमेंट को कंप्लेन किया था इरोशन प्रोटेक्शन के लिए। तो अभी तक वो लोग कोई एक्शन नहीं लिया है। तो हम लोग मिलजुल के इस एरिया का लोग एक साथ होके हम लोग इधर बेम्बो काट के उधर फेंक रहा है, नेचुरली प्रोटेक्शन ले रहा है। डिपार्टमेंट अब तक कोई एक्शन नहीं लिया है। तो हम लोग खुद निकल के इधर सब एक साथ मिलके बेम्बो कटिंग करके बेम्बो को इधर नेचुरली प्रोटेक्शन देने का कोशिश कर रहा है। तो बाद में क्या होगा पता नहीं।
Moving on now to the national stories. Union Agriculture and Farmer Welfare Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan today chaired a high-level review meeting on the possible impact of El Nino on farming and food security. Speaking to reporters after the meeting, Chauhan said that the central government began preparation as early as April 2026 to tackle the challenge. He noted that sowing, crop and market conditions are being continuously monitored through the El Nino monitoring cell, the crop weather watch group, state control rooms and nodal officers. The minister highlighted that recent rainfall across several states have eased concerns, with a number of districts facing a rainfall deficit dropping from 262 to 178 over the last 3 to 4 days.
हम 178 जिलों पर अभी नजर रखे हुए हैं और ये जिले मुख्य रूप से महाराष्ट्र, मध्य प्रदेश, गुजरात, उत्तर प्रदेश, राजस्थान, कर्नाटक, बिहार, झारखंड, तेलंगाना, आंध्र प्रदेश, पंजाब, पश्चिम बंगाल, उड़ीसा इत्यादि में हैं। अभी जुलाई की अच्छी बारिश से बोनी की संभावनाएं बढ़ गई है। अब बोनी और तेजी से होगी। पिछले साल इस समय तक 442,80,000 हेक्टेयर में बोनी हुई थी, सोइंग हुई थी, लेकिन कल तक 350,85,000 हेक्टेयर में बोनी हुई है। इसका मतलब 91.95 91.95 लाख हेक्टेयर में बुआई अभी कम हुई है।
The BRICS Women Ministerial Meeting commenced today at the historic Bolgati Palace, bringing together ministers from BRICS nations to strengthen cooperation on women's empowerment and inclusive development. Union Minister Annapurna Devi is leading the session, which will adopt a joint statement reaffirming BRICS' commitment to gender equality, women's leadership and inclusive growth.
Women in climate action, food security and nutrition areas that demand attention and collective efforts, and we are grateful that it has been graciously welcomed by all the BRICS members. These are women in governance and leadership.
Here now are the international stories. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited UNESCO World Heritage Site of Prambanan Temple in Yogyakarta today, accompanied by Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto. The Prime Minister was welcomed with the resonant notes of a gamelan ensemble and the classical Yogyakarta dance performance, showcasing Indonesia's rich cultural tradition. The two leaders toured the 9th century temple complex, where Modi offered prayers at the main Shiva temple and admired the intricate carvings. They also observed ongoing conservation efforts supported through India-Indonesia cooperation.
इंडोनेशिया के और भारत के मेरे भाई और बहनों, ये मेरा सद्भाग्य है, कहीं न कहीं मुझे शिव जी के साथ जुड़ने का अवसर मिल ही जाता है। मेरा जन्म वडनगर में हुआ। हाटकेश्वर महादेव एक बहुत बड़ा तीर्थ क्षेत्र है। सोमनाथ द्वादश ज्योतिर्लिंग में सबसे पहला ज्योतिर्लिंग जो गुजरात की धरती पर है और जिसकी विकास में भी मेरी सीधी जिम्मेवारी है। चाहे उज्जैन महाकाल का पुनर्निर्माण हो या आज यहां पर आकर के करीब 1200 साल पुराना एक हमारी सांस्कृतिक विरासत का पुनरुद्धार और उसका रिनोवेशन का काम, उसका प्रारंभ करने का सौभाग्य भी मुझे मिला। मैं अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा भाग्यशाली मानता हूं।
NATO General Secretary Mark Rutte pledged to implement the framework deal on Greenland agreed with US President Donald Trump at Davos in January, requiring NATO allies to step up on Arctic security. During talks at the NATO summit in Ankara, Rutte told Trump that European countries had increased defense spending, crediting Trump's push. Trump, while calling Rutte a great leader, reiterated his dissatisfaction with NATO, noting that the US had spent over $1 trillion protecting allies from Russia.
We're having the big meeting in a little while, and I'm going to relate my problems. Greenland is a big problem for us, and the other big problem is the fact that when we wanted them, we didn't want them badly, but we did say, if you want to join us, and they all said no. But when they could have, they weren't there for us, and we've been there for them. We spent over $1 trillion over the last short period, $1 trillion, in order to protect these countries from Russia. And has nothing to do with us. We have an ocean, but it's been a long-term thing, and they haven't treated us right. And Mark understands that.
Coming up are the sports news. England defeated India by a massive 125 runs in the third T20 International at Trent Bridge. Chasing a target of 202 runs, India collapsed to just 76 all out in the 11.4 overs, losing wickets in quick succession. For England, Josh Tongue claimed 4 wickets while Jofra Archer took 3, earning him the Player of the Match award. Earlier, India had won the toss and opted to bowl. England posted 201 for 7 in 20 overs, with Philip Salt top scoring with 70 runs and Sam Curran adding 41. For India, Prince Yadav and Harshit Rana picked up 2 wickets each. With this victory, England now leads the 5-match series 2-0.
Was the one that got them going, but I think Jofra just set the tone with those bouncers to Suryavanshi. You know, this one in particular, I mean, that's a quick bouncer. He bowled consistently above 90 mile an hour, and you know, obviously the ball could go for 6, but the chance of getting a wicket goes high for the reward. And you know, a couple of...
And now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. The minimum temperature recorded was 23 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature 27 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 84%, with rainfall 31 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong. The minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature 23 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity 85%, with rainfall 33 millimeters. Meanwhile, in July, the minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature 22 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity is 86%, with rainfall 29 millimeters. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Juai says moderate rain with thunderstorms likely at many places. And before we conclude, a look at the headlines once again. Meghalaya government announces plan to develop scientific landfills in major towns to strengthen waste management. Deputy Chief Minister Snehophalang announces that government will soon relocate street vendors occupying footpaths in Laitumkhrang. Meghalaya achieved a major milestone by moving up 2 grades in Performance Grading Index PGI, says Education Minister Lakshman Rimboy. Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan reviews possible impact of El Nino. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits UNESCO-listed Prambanan Temple with President of Indonesia, Prabowo. And that's all we had for you in today's edition of the news. Thank you very much for joining us. And from all of us here, it's wishing you good night.